Office politics is not optional. Whether you like it or not, there's a game being played. And if you don't understand the rules, you're probably already losing. Before you click away, I'm not talking about manipulation. I'm not talking about lying. And I'm not talking about being somebody that you're not. I'm talking about understanding human nature because every workplace has rules. Some of them are written and most of them aren't. And the people that learn those rules tend to move faster, experience less resistance, and they create more opportunities. And the people that ignore them oftentimes end up frustrated, confused, and wondering why less talented people keep on getting promoted. My name is Michael Dugan. Let's talk about it. The uncomfortable truth. I want to start with a simple question. Is life fair? I have asked that question to thousands of people, and universally they all come back with the same answer immediately. No. Life is not fair. Everybody knows it, so here's the interesting part. If life isn't fair, why is it that we keep expecting it to be fair? A lot of frustration comes from the expectation for fairness in a world that does not operate that way. The person who gets promoted might not be the smartest person. The person who gets the opportunity might not be the most qualified. And the person who gets the meeting might not be the most talented. That doesn't mean that the system is right or fair. It means that you need to understand the system that you're operating in, because fairness is not the game. Understanding the game is the game. Somebody else's house. Imagine you're invited to play baseball. You show up in somebody else's ballpark. Now, every ballpark has slightly different rules, different dimensions, different conditions, different expectations. You don't walk into somebody else's ballpark and demand they change the rules for you. You adapt and you play. If you want to play in somebody else's ballpark, you have to play by their rules. Every company is exactly the same way. Every boss has different expectations. Every team has a different culture, and every organization has different norms. In other words, my house, my rules. That is office politics. Understanding what is acceptable and what isn't. Understanding how things actually work, not just how you wish they work. I have a friend that lives on the top of the hill, definitely the boss of her house. And whenever I go to her house, she's not afraid to say, my house, my rules, to her children, to her grandchildren. Well, she comes to my house and she starts flexing. And what did I say to her? My house, my rules. And if you want to play in somebody else's ballpark, you have to play by their rules. That means your company's rules, your supervisor's rules, your team members' rules. That's why you have to be highly attuned to understanding the rules, and they are not always written out. The 1 in 100 problem. Sometimes I meet people that say that I'm the policy person. Well, here's something that most people never think about. Most policies exist because of a 1 in 100 problem. Something happened years ago. One person abused the system. One person made a bad decision. One person created a liability. And now everybody lives under the rule created for an exception. Think about that. All the people at work have to follow a rule designed for a 1% situation. What is fascinating is that we as human beings do the exact same thing with our personal life. Someone hurts us. Someone betrays us. Someone embarrasses us once. And we build permanent walls for temporary experience. We create survival rules, and survival rules don't always make sense mathematically. When you understand this, you stop fighting the policy and you start understanding the policy, and more importantly, you start understanding the person behind the policy. And that is where influence begins. The survival secret. There's a scene in the movie called The Hunger Games where Woody Harrelson's character is asked, what does it take to survive? His answer was simple: make people like you, because if they like you, they let you live. Now, I know this might sound extreme, but there's a lot of truth behind those words. Office politics works the same way. People help people that they like. People listen to people that they trust. And here's the flip side. If you're constantly triggering people, if you're constantly creating friction, if you're constantly making people feel attacked, you're creating resistance. And resistance is expensive. Resistance slows careers, and resistance closes doors. Resistance limits opportunities, not because you're wrong, but because you're difficult to work with. Show up anyway. Recently, they invited me to go bowling and I had a torn meniscus, and I went anyway, because when they invite you to go to the restaurant and you don't eat the food there, You find something on the menu. You go anyway. If they invite you to drink and you don't drink, you go anyway. Because fitting in is not selling out. It's human nature. Human beings survive better in groups. We always have. So when you go there, don't go grudgingly and don't bring a bunch of social awkwardness to the venue. You go there to bring harmony and be fun and be a positive influence on the entire experience for everyone. Connection creates trust, and trust creates opportunities, and opportunities creates growth. Playing the game doesn't mean compromising your values. It means understanding the environment that you're in. The people who isolate themselves often lose influence. Now here's the big lesson. Office politics isn't about manipulation, it's about awareness. Social awareness. It's about understanding people. It's about understanding culture, and it's about learning the unwritten rules that govern every organization. The goal isn't to become fake. The goal is to become effective. Because if you understand the game, you can play it with integrity. And if you ignore the game, you're still playing. You're just playing blindfolded. We are not here to avoid pressure. We are here to learn from it. We are here to embrace it. We are building strength, and we are turning snowflakes into diamonds.